And when you start that, I mean, college, or when you start thinking about building your own business, so you didn't want to work for somebody, you didn't want to be an attorney, what got you, moving forward?
So my senior year of college is when I started dabbling. I started like trying things. That was 2004. That was 2003, 2004. And I graduated in 2004. And during that 10 months of my job, I spent time working on their stuff. And when I was done with my projects and they didn't give me another project, I'd spend time working on my own stuff. Because everything I was doing was online. I just wanted to build an online business because an online business is totally automatable. I thought, like, oh, once you build it, then you're done. Like, then you just make money and you don't have to do anything. Mm-hmm. And obviously that's not the case, but that was like where I started.
What did the online business look like back then that you were playing with and dabbling with?
So the first thing I did was completely illegal. I just had no clue. We were going to build a real estate website and generate leads and have realtors use those leads and then pay us a portion based off of what the realtor, when they sold a house. And I didn't know that they couldn't do that they would get their license revoked if they did that. And so that completely failed. At the same time, I had heard about this software that would build a website for you, and a friend of mine had bought it and not done anything with it. And so I was like, well, maybe I'll give it a try just to see like what it is. And I remember I put up the software was called Traffic Equalizer, and it doesn't work anymore. But at the time I put it up, and a couple of days later I made like $2 in Google Ads. And I was like, what the? And a couple of days later, I had made it. I mean, like every day after that, I had made $2 and then $3 and then $10 in a day without doing anything. And it was really kind of this get rich quick scheme that actually worked. You just had to do something for it. And that was what the businesses looked like back then.
So that's 2003, 4, right?
2003, 4, 5, yeah.
3, 4, 5. What gave you your first opportunity to make some real money that really said, okay, I'm starting to understand the entrepreneurial thing?
So in 2005, so as I started building using that software, I was like, okay, this isn't going to work super well long term, and it's not very scalable because it takes a good amount of work to like use this and get it up. So I started writing my own. I graduated in computer science, so I started writing my own, and I took a different approach. I wrote this software and I gave it away for free to the rest of the internet. And it would build a website for you. And it was a crappy website, but it worked to make money. And my caveat was that every single page that it built, it was going to link back to one of my pages, because that's how SEO works with Google. And so instead of selling the software, I gave it away for free and had everybody else who built a website link their sites back to my website. And all of a sudden, I was ranked on Google #1 for keywords like car insurance or life insurance or work from home or structured settlements or home-based business or network marketing. I mean, everything that I could find that had high click values, I had to build a website about, and I was ranking at the top of Google for, and I was serving ads on my website and making pretty good money doing it.
That's awesome. I think we just lost Gary. He'll probably pop back in. So why did you choose computer science as your degree?
That's an interesting one, because when I started college, I had declared history as a major. And I had a friend that I respected a lot, and he and I had gone out to lunch, and he said, if it were me, if I were you, I would study computer science. And I didn't love history. And I was like, I like that idea. And that's why. And there's not a lot more to it other than I was like, I like that idea. So.
I mean, that's like some really great insight there. Like you created a program for free, or you created a program, which is hard to do. and then you counterintuitively gave it away for free, but then made sure that anyone who used it, it linked back to your site. How did you know to do that? Because what year did you say this was? 2006?
It's 2004, 2005.
Okay, that's way ahead of when people knew that was a good idea.
So I had learned some SEO. Like I had figured out like, oh, if you get a bunch of links to your site, then you're gonna rank. And I was like, well, I can either sell this software, or I know how to make every other page and every other site link back to my site automatically. They don't have to do anything. That's the approach I'm going to take with this. I'm going to give it away, and I'll just have every single time it builds a page, I'll have it just call my server, and my server will give it a link, and it'll insert that link automatically into the page. And and it'll randomize it so it looks good to Google and natural, and so it worked really well.
Yeah, no, I'd say you're about 10 to 15 years ahead of the curve, ahead of people knowing how good an idea that is.
Well, and it was a good idea at the time, and I knew that long term it wasn't going to work forever. I knew that. I knew it was a couple year thing, and it was a couple year thing. And so I started learning other internet tactics to try and make money online.